Someone here feels very kind of like ashamed, I want to say, guilty, disappointed with themselves for hurting you, all right? And although you're like a strong person, okay, man or female, whoever this is listening to me, they still feel like you never deserve to be hurt. You know? It's like this person feels like they were going through their own, excuse me, confirmation, y'all. This person feel like they were going through their own thing, fighting their own demons. And in the midst of you coming in, being sent in as the angel to help them, they kind of turn their back on you and hurt you in the process. And this person feels so bad about it. Like, although you have already maybe moved on from the situation, you're not holding a grudge about the situation. This person feels guilty. This person feels shameful because at a time that they really, really, really needed you, they pushed you away because they didn't realize that they really, really needed you. They feel stupid. They feel tricked. It's almost like, God, how can you allow me to be crying out to you for help? You send in the help and then I'll push the help away. They feel like the guy in the story that's stranded in the ocean, and every time someone on a boat comes to save him, he's like, oh, I'm waiting on God, I'm waiting on God, I'm waiting on God. This is someone that feels like they didn't notice that God was right there in their face. Okay, and this is someone that's usually on top of things. This is someone very, they feel like they're very intuitive, and they feel like they had control over the situation, or they knew what was best within the situation, or they just knew that this is somebody that was doing things and they felt like God was leading them to do these things, and now they're realizing that they were actually being led astray and God actually came in to help them, but they pushed that away. They pushed the person that was giving them the honest, true, wise counsel away. And this is someone that feels bad because they're like, I'm usually smarter than this. This person can feel like they were under some type of illusion, a spell, because of how they treated you. They may feel like, how can I do this to you? Like, out of everyone, how can I do this to you? They feel like someone had to been manipulating the energy or their mind because how deeply they feel about you. They would never have wanted to ever hurt you. They feel like, how didn't I see this? How didn't I know? It's like they knew and then someone made them erase their memory, but they're like, how did I can't explain it. This person feels like, how did I not know? How did I not know that God was sending you in as my help? How did I not know that when I was crying out to God for change, for help during my situations, He was sending in you? How did I not realize that you were the help? How did I push you away? And now with you being so forgiven, this person is trying to figure out, like, how does this person still love me? They're going through all the emotions at this time, which is normal to go through. You should feel guilt. You should feel shame. You should feel all of that so that you can get to the root of what the problem is. But eventually you come out of that guilt and shame and fear, and you don't feel like that anymore. And you know that God forgives you and you continue to move forward and do whatever it is that He needs you to do. But right now, this person may be feeling a bit shameful and guilty of their actions towards you and how they treated you and how maybe they wasn't there for you. Maybe you needed them for something, or you wanted to talk to them about something and they were just kind of guarded. Maybe they, confirmation, maybe they had so much going on in their world. They didn't realize that if they would have just took a moment to talk to you, they would have felt a sense of peace in their world. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they didn't realize that you were the medicine. You were there to help them. They didn't realize you were the angel that was sent in to help them. Because a lot of what this person was going through, I feel like you had the answer, or your energy had the answer. Your presence had the answer. You know what I'm saying? Just having a conversation with you. If this person would have been honest and just, maybe spent some time with you, had a conversation with you, they would have felt better. you would have been able to help or guide them through whatever situation that they were going through. You were sent on this person's path for a reason. Okay? And this person pushed you away. You know? But at the end of the day, it was all orchestrated this way. You know? It had to be. It just had to be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe for this person to go through the guilt and shame so that they can go through this ego death, you know, and be born again, so that they can go through this transformation. We cannot skip the transformation part. We cannot skip the death. Okay? It's either you're going to die for real, or you're going to spiritually die. Which one? I hope you pick to spiritually die. You know? Because if you spiritually die, you have another chance. Spiritually die, you can have a near-death experience. You know, and that makes you have an ego death, and you starting from the beginning, or, you know, anything can make you have an ego death. Going through a breakup, a heartbreak, going through an eviction, okay, getting homeless, you know, that can put you in a bad state of mind, which can trigger some type of awakening to take place. So basically, you came in to help this person with some type of awakening because they was crying out for some type of help, some guidance. They could have just been asking God, like, God, am I doing what you need me to do? Am I living right? Am I doing right? God, I hope that I'm not disobeying you for my choices. This is what someone could have been praying, asking God, and then God sends you in. And you probably had a lot of answers to their prayers, the prayers that they silently prayed to God. You may not even know what their prayers was, but they know. And God sent you specifically to answer their prayers in whichever way he needed it to be done. And this person pushed you away. And this person is in so much guilt because they're like, how can I push my savior? They're looking at you as a savior. How can I push my savior away? It's like a king that's saying, how can I push my queen away? You know? It's that realization of like, wow, how can I reject you? Confirmation. Someone is like, yeah, I must have been under a spell. Because what the fuck? How do I reject you? This is how someone feels. Some of them may not have been under a spell, but this is just what they're saying right now. Because they just like, I can't believe that I acted this way with you. Okay? Some of these people could have just been running, you know, just locking in with school, with work, saying they don't really have time for a serious committed relationship right now. You know, just trying to run from a real commitment. Okay, you haven't done anything to them. They haven't really done anything to y'all. This is kind of the relationship where I said, God said, he's spinning the block on there because it's unfinished business, you know? So this is somebody that could have been running off to focus on their career and just left you hanging. But that wasn't the plan. The plan was for you to be together and focusing on your career. So some growth that needed to take place, some learning, some healing, you know, so that when you two come together, or when these awakenings take place, you guys will be awakened to who you are to one another, who you should be to each other, and how you can both bring in your differences and create some type of same balance between the two. So I'm getting that you both are learning some things at this time. But one person is having a ooh rah rah moment, realizing that they were the one crying out in the sea, asking God for help. And God was sending in ships to help them, and they didn't realize that was the help. They were pushing it away. Okay, someone is realizing that they have been pushing the help away. And now they're in a deep regret, and they're asking God for forgiveness, and they're asking God for a plan on how to come in and make things right between you and them. Okay, so it's giving me like an honest conversation. All right, this person telling you, hey, I truly did not mean to hurt you. I'm so sad that you even were hurt during the process. I'm so mad that I was even talking or dealing with you like that. It had nothing to do with you. It was all about me. I was fighting my demons. I didn't realize, you know, This is your person, okay? I love you all, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.